What's up, everybody? So we did review a bunch of dash cams here, but motorcycle dash cams? That's still a way smaller category right now. And honestly, that's kind of surprising because riders probably need protection footage even more than regular drivers do. Because on a motorcycle, everything feels more exposed. So this right here is the Magellan M820 Pro. We're getting dual 2K HDR recording. Sony Starvis 2 sensors on both cameras. Built-in Wi-Fi, 5 satellite GPS tracking, smart parking protection, time-lapse, GPX ride logging, app connectivity, and a pretty complete installation package directly inside the box. And after using this dash cam for quite a while, we think it's a good time for us to share the experience. So, let's get into the review. Now, right out of the box, the M820 Pro honestly feels more premium than we expected. Inside the package, you're getting the front camera, rear camera, main unit, waterproof power cable set, signal cables, GPS wired remote, cable ties, adhesive mounts, rubber tube protection, a 64GB memory card already included, and the quick start guide. Now, unlike car dash cams, motorcycle dash cams obviously need a very different installation approach, because now you're dealing with exposed mounting positions, waterproof routing, tighter body panels, vibration, weather, and much less room to hide wiring. So installation definitely takes more effort compared to a windshield-mounted car camera. But honestly, Magellan seems to have made the process pretty manageable overall. The cameras themselves use compact bullet-style housings, and both the front and rear mounts rotate up to around 260 degrees, which honestly helps a lot during positioning. Because depending on your bike setup, fairings, handlebars, crash bars, or tail sections, getting the right angle can sometimes become annoying. But here, adjusting both cameras feels easy and flexible. And honestly, the cameras themselves feel surprisingly solid too. Now the main unit obviously gets mounted somewhere more protected on the motorcycle itself, while the cameras stay exposed outside. And thankfully, the entire setup is built around outdoor riding conditions. Now once everything powers on, unlike some older motorcycle dash cams that still feel kinda outdated visually, the M820 Pro actually feels modern. We're getting dual 2K HD recording at 30 frames per second with HDR processing on both the front and rear cameras. And honestly, daytime clarity looks really solid. Road markings stay sharp, vehicles remain easy to identify, and overall image detail feels noticeably cleaner than a lot of older motorcycle camera systems we've seen before. This thing performs surprisingly well in lower light as well. Both cameras use Sony Starvis 2 sensors combined with HDR, and honestly, the nighttime footage looks noticeably cleaner than a lot of older motorcycle dash cams out there right now. Headlights stay more controlled, darker roads keep decent detail, and reflective road signs don't completely blow out the image exposure. Extremely dark roads will still challenge basically any small dashcam sensor eventually. But overall, M820 Pro handles nighttime riding way better than the average motorcycle setup we've tested before. And honestly, the improved low-light sensitivity matters a lot on motorcycles specifically, because riders constantly deal with changing light conditions. Tunnels, mountain roads, city streets, highways, forests, rain reflections, all of that puts extra pressure on smaller camera systems. But here, the dual Starvis 2 setup honestly does a pretty respectable job keeping footage usable. Now, something else we actually liked here is the GPS integration. M820 Pro uses built-in 5 satellite GPS tracking along with GPX ride logging. And honestly, for motorcycle riders, this stuff becomes way more interesting than it does in cars. Because now, your footage isn't just recording incidents. It's also logging your route, speed data, ride path, timestamps, and trip information. So if you're somebody who does long-distance touring, canyon riding, mountain routes, group rides, or road trips, being able to revisit those routes later honestly becomes pretty cool. Then there's the Wi-Fi app connectivity. And honestly, this is another area where motorcycle dash cams sometimes feel painfully outdated. But here, the Magellan M820 Pro app actually feels pretty useful overall. You can preview footage live, download clips directly to your phone, manage recordings, adjust settings, check GPS data, and even handle OTA firmware updates wirelessly. And thankfully, downloads feel reasonably fast too. Now, parking protection is another area where the M820 Pro honestly feels much more advanced than expected for a motorcycle system. Because unlike cars, motorcycles are way more vulnerable once parked outside. Somebody bumps into the bike, sits on it, moves it, tips it slightly, or messes around with it. You want to know what happened. And thankfully, Magellan built a full 3-in-1 parking protection system into this thing. You've got smart motion detection, collision detection, and time-lapse parking recording all working together. So if movement or impacts are detected around the motorcycle, the camera can automatically wake up and start protecting footage. Then there's smart voltage monitoring too. And honestly, this feature matters way more on motorcycles than people realize, because battery drain on motorcycles becomes a much bigger concern compared to cars. But here, the app can actually monitor battery voltage history in real time to help prevent the system from draining your bike completely during parking surveillance. Now, one thing we really appreciated during testing is that the M820 Pro doesn't try too hard to feel overly complicated, because a lot of motorcycle tech nowadays gets buried behind endless menus and unnecessary setup frustration. But here, most of the important stuff feels straightforward. Loop recording, ride logging, parking settings, GPS controls, app management, it all feels pretty beginner-friendly overall, and honestly, the overall ownership package here feels surprisingly complete. You're getting dual Starvis 2 cameras, HDR, GPS tracking, Wi-Fi app control, parking monitoring, ride logging, OTA updates, waterproof wiring, included memory card, and a full installation kit directly inside the package. Plus, Magellan backs the system with a 3-year warranty too, which honestly helps this thing feel much more premium long-term. Now, with all that said, the M820 Pro still isn't perfect, because first off, installation definitely takes more effort compared to a normal car dash cam. And obviously, motorcycle dash cams in general are still working with smaller cameras and more difficult riding conditions compared to car systems. So while footage quality looks really solid overall, riders expecting GoPro-level cinematic quality should probably adjust expectations a little bit. But honestly, for actual dash cam protection purposes, the M820 Pro does a really good job overall. The dual 2K HDR footage looks clean. Nighttime visibility is genuinely solid thanks to the Starvis 2 cameras. What we probably appreciate most here is that the system feels complete right out of the box. You're not constantly buying extra accessories afterward just to unlock important features. And right now, that honestly makes the M820 Pro feel more polished than a lot of competing motorcycle systems floating around online. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this one. Let us know down in the comments. If you ride motorcycles, would you actually install a full dash cam system on your bike? Or do you still prefer using action cameras instead? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a like, subscribe for more automotive tech and riding gear content like this, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.